Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm FlipArtz. We're back here on Fortnite taking a look at another new set of missions and challenges for you guys to complete here for Season 11 or Chapter 2, Season 1 of Fortnite. And in today's video, we're going to be covering the new dive missions and challenges. Of course, with this will give you guys 10 challenges to complete. When you guys complete any of the 8 out of the 10 challenges available, you guys will be getting a loading screen background image with a hidden letter that you guys need to find within that loading screen, as well as unlocking an 11th challenge correlating to that letter that you need to search for in the loading screen. But of course, as usual, just before we get into all 10 and 11 of your missions and challenges here for your dive missions, I just want to let you guys know that if you guys are slacking behind on any previous challenges that we do have here for the current season, I do have all of those missions, challenges, guides, locations, everything you guys need to know about here on the channel. So if you guys are stuck on anything in particular, you guys can go and check it out. It is going to be uploaded here to the channel on separate videos, as well as if there are particular challenges you guys need help with, you guys need friends to play with, you guys can also join my Discord with the link down in the description below. Join the Discord. You guys can go and ask any of the awesome people in my community if you guys can party up, help with your challenges and things like that, and maybe you guys can be able to get yourself a new squad mate for the remainder of the season and future seasons to come as well. And if you guys want to support me a little bit more here on the channel, all you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys are not subscribed already by hitting the subscribe button, as well as turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon next to the subscribe button. That way you guys don't miss out every time I upload a video here to the channel. If you guys want to make sure that you don't miss out on anything that I do upload in general, you guys can also follow me over on Twitter at twitter.com/FlipArtz, as well as turning on notifications. That way you guys don't miss out when I tweet out my videos as soon as they go live, if for whatever reason the YouTube notifications are not working. As well as if you guys enjoy live streams, you guys want to be able to play with me, interact with me, all of that good stuff, you guys can follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/FlipArtzLive. The link will be down in the description below, and that way you guys can also have another form of ways to interact with me, communicate with me, and just have a good time with me in general. Of course, if you guys want to take it a step further and you guys want to support me even more, you guys can also use my supporter creator code in the item shop, which is supporter creator code FlipArtz, FLIPARTZ. If you guys do end up using my supporter creator code in the item shop, you guys can tweet me a picture, a video, anything like that, and I'll like it, I'll retweet it, as well as post it up over in my Instagram story at instagram.com/FlipArtz. All of my social media links can be in the description below, so if you guys want to go ahead and drop a follow for all of that good stuff, keeping notified for everything that I'm doing, whether I'm uploading a video or streaming, that is the place to be. Follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff. But with that said, let's get into all 10 and 11 of your mission challenges here for your dive mission. So starting off for our very first mission here, it's going to be to deal damage to descending supply drops. And to complete this mission, you have to deal 200 points worth of damage to a supply drop while it is falling from the sky. So obviously this challenge is very straightforward and relatively probably going to be one of the easiest missions for you guys to complete here for your dive missions. Obviously you just have to go and damage a supply drop as it's descending from the sky, and you only have to deal 200 points worth of damage, which of course is still not even going to be enough to completely make it fall and destroy the balloon or pop the balloon that it usually uses to come down from the sky. As well as obviously there are many ways you guys can do this: duo, squad, solo, as well as probably the most popular way is to go ahead and go into a team rumble. As you guys know, if you guys have played team rumble, they usually spawn or drop at least 4 to 8 supply drops during a team rumble match, so it's definitely going to be something to fight over. Of course, this is going to be something a little bit easier for you guys if you guys are struggling to do this in a solo, duo, or in squad. Now moving on to our second mission here, it's going to be to get eliminations at Hydro 16 or Holly Hedges. And to complete this mission, you have to get 3 eliminations at either of these two mentioned locations, Hydro 16 or Holly Hedges. And so again, another pretty straightforward challenge here, just get 3 eliminations at either of these two locations. Of course, Holly Hedges, a very obvious location here, it's an actual name location. However, for Hydro 16, it's going to be something that I think not a lot of people are going to be kind of accustomed to, as obviously Hydro 16 is a landmark location and not an actual name location. To be able to find Hydro 16, if you guys are curious about it, and you're going to kind of need to know this location generally as well, because it's going to relate to one of the other challenges here in today's video. Hydro 16 is going to be on the east side going towards Slurpy Swamp from Misty Meadows. You guys can kind of call this the factories as well, because it's basically one giant building and it goes down over the waterfall or the dam or whatever you guys want to call it, that's going over from Misty Meadows down all the way through into Slurpy Swamp. So now moving on to our third mission here, it's going to be to search a supply drop within 10 seconds of it landing. And to complete this mission, you have to search for one supply drop within 10 seconds of it landing 3 different times. So if you guys can do this in a single match, good on you. Of course, the best way, like I mentioned earlier, might be going into a team rumble, as they spawn plenty and plenty of supply drops during their matches. But if you guys want to do this in a solo, duo, or in squad, you might have a little bit more of a difficult time. However, of course, because this is the first 3 challenges on here, this one obviously being the third mission that you guys need to complete here, you guys can also do this in tandem with doing the first first mission here, which was to deal damage to descending supply drops. So if you're lucky enough to be close enough to a supply drop and it's going to be right underneath you, you guys can go ahead and all deal your damage, whether you guys are playing in solo, duo, or in squad. Deal the damage, get the supply drop to drop, and then one of you guys can go ahead and search that supply drop to complete this mission within the 10 seconds of it landing, as well as if your supply drop happens to land in a tree or in a building or anything like that, if you guys end up destroying whatever it happens to be on top of, this will actually reset the 10-second timer for when the supply drop actually lands. So if your supply drop happens to be in a tree, on top of a rock, or on the edge of a building or whatever it is, and then you break it down so that the supply drop can start to drop again, then like I mentioned, the 10-second timer of when it originally landed will start again because it's still starting to drop again, which will give you guys enough time to actually go ahead and search that supply drop within those 10 seconds of you guys getting it from wherever it used to be on top of, the tree, the building, or rock, whatever it is. So now moving on to our fourth mission here, it's going to be to complete the swimming time trials at Lazy Lake and east of Hydro 16. Now, if you guys have been playing Fortnite here for the last week or so, you guys might have noticed that when you guys drop from the battle bus, sometimes you guys will see kind of like this blue circular light coming from parts of the different rivers, the water, the oceans, wherever you guys happen to be landing in. Sometimes you guys will see them in particular locations, and essentially what these are the actual swimming time trials that you guys are seeing here in today's video. As you guys can see on screen here, this is actually the Lazy Lake time trial that they're talking about. You guys can actually see that just outside of Lazy Lake, over in this kind of like pond area, we do have a swimming time trial. This one's gonna look a little bit different than the one I'm gonna be showing you guys on the east of Hydro 16, but we'll get to that in a little bit here. So this one just looks like your standard time trial. It's just a circular watch here. All you have to do is go into it or through it or something like that, and it should go ahead and activate whatever kind of time trial that you have to do. Of course, I don't exactly know what the time trial is going to consist of, because normally time trials you would have to go and use your actual mats and build an actual track or something like that so that you guys can actually complete it. In this case, it's a swimming time trial, so I'm going to assume you're just going to be doing a lot of ducking and diving and all that stuff out of the water, trying to go as fast as you can through all these different rings within the allotted time. And so for the second location for completing the swimming time trials, not at Lazy Lake, but the other one here, which is going to be at the east of Hydro 16, they might as well have just said that this is actually just going to be in front of the Misty Meadows area, because it's basically in Misty Meadows. But if you guys just go and look from where Hydro 16 is, just look towards the east side, you guys can see here in the gameplay, this is basically where the time trial is going to be, where again, it's basically just in front of Misty Meadows here in the water. Once you guys go up to this, you guys can use a boat, and obviously this one does look a little bit weird, so I'm not exactly sure why the different kind of like icons are different. The one over at Lazy Lake looks like an actual stopwatch, where this one actually has like 2 paddles and a boat in the middle. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but this should be the ones you guys need to. So whether it's swimming through this or using a boat, this one should be the one that you guys need to look for the east of Hydro 16's swimming time trial. Now moving on to our 5th mission here, it's going to be to get eliminations without aiming down sights. Now to complete this mission, you have to get 3 eliminations without aiming down sights. Honestly, this one should be pretty self-explanatory. If there's going to be any weapon that you should be using without aiming down sights in a very close quarter combat, it's going to be using a shotgun or an SMG or a mix of both, because obviously you most likely want to be aiming down sights with an AR or a sniper rifle at a further distance away from medium to long range engagements, which obviously is going to leave your SMGs and your shotguns for being up close and personal. And of course, you do have that tendency to be aiming down sights with them sometimes. However, just remember, you guys are being close quarters, you guys are going to be very close to each other, which means you don't really need to aim down sights, especially if again you guys are going to be using an SMG and a shotgun. Now moving on to our 6th mission here, it's going to be to pull an item, pull an opponent, and catch a fish using a harpoon gun. And to complete this mission, you just have to do each of the following things that I mentioned there, which again, pretty self-explanatory here. Pull an item, pull an opponent, and catch a fish using the harpoon gun. So now moving on to our 7th mission here, it's going to be to deal damage to opponents within 30 seconds of using a glider. To complete this challenge, you just have to deal any amount of damage to an opponent within 30 seconds of using a glider, which basically means just damaging an opponent as soon as you guys land from the battle bus. Obviously, this is a lot different of a challenge than something that would have been much easier to do from the previous chapter or previous seasons here on Fortnite. We don't have redeploy gliders, we don't really have any kind of jump pads or anything like that. Of course, if you play in Team Rumble, that is going to be obviously a little bit of a different story in terms of this mission, but if you guys are going to be playing it in a regular solo, duo, or in squad, then this basically just means that you guys have to go jump from the battle bus, grab a gun as soon as you guys can, and then start dealing damage to your opponents within those 30 seconds, or if you guys are close enough, go ahead and pickaxe them. I'm sure any amount of damage will help you guys complete this mission. Now moving on to our 8th mission here, it's going to be to search for 2 chests within 30 seconds of each other, and to complete this mission, you have to search for 2 chests within 30 seconds of each other 3 separate times. And so obviously this challenge is pretty straightforward. All you really have to do is search for 2 different chests within 30 seconds of each other. The only thing that I can really say is that a lot of this is going to have to do with map knowledge, you landing at particular locations and knowing exactly where these different chests are, and things that you need to ignore on the way to going from one chest to another, and what you have to do from when you're going to open for your first chest to when you guys are going to run to your second chest. Now moving on to our 9th mission here, it's going to be to harvest wood within 60 seconds after landing from the battle bus in a single match. To complete this mission, you have to harvest 300 wood within 60 seconds after landing from the battle bus in a single match. So at first, when you guys think about it, this challenge might seem very difficult because once you guys drop from the battle bus and then as soon as you land, you have 60 seconds. You guys, you're going to have 1 minute to go and gather 300 plus wood material. And obviously the thing you guys are probably going to be thinking here is going straight to Weeping Woods and then trying to hit all of the trees as fast as you can. And that definitely is going to be a good option. However, I feel like the best way to actually get this done is by going over to the Log Jam Woodworks, which is actually not a name location, but it's actually fairly close to Weeping Woods because it's actually a landmark location. The Log Jam Woodworks location and landmark is actually just on the south end of Holly Hedges, on the south-ish, west-ish end of Weeping Woods, as well on the northwest side of Slurpy Swamp. You guys really can't miss this location. When you guys get over here, you're gonna be able to see that this place is filled with wooden pallets, and you can pretty much get to max mats in this one location alone, or your whole team can pretty much get to max mats for wood in this one location alone. Of course, that is assuming that you guys get this whole location to yourself. So for this particular mission, I highly suggest you guys make your way over to Log Jam Woodworks. It's definitely going to be the spot that you guys want to go to if you guys want to try to get 300 plus material, or at least get to max mats as soon as you guys can when you guys are dropping from the battle bus, touching the floor, and you guys have those first 60 seconds to get all 300 pieces of the wood material. And so moving on to our last mission here, mission number 10, it's going to be to deal damage with 2 different weapons within 30 seconds. And to complete this mission, you have to deal damage with 2 different weapons within those 30 seconds. Honestly, this one should be pretty simple to do because for the most part, the meta here is that if you guys are going to have a shotgun, you're most likely going to have some sort of AR or SMG. And if you guys are going to be going the route with using a pump shotgun, you're most likely going to be having an SMG as your secondary weapon to switch to after using your shotgun. So for the most part, doing this kind of mission is actually one of the easiest ones, as that is the meta. You pump your shotgun and then you switch to a AR or SMG. In this case, for the most part with a pump, you switch into an SMG and then do some spraying out there and hopefully get some damage done. You don't really need to do any particular amount of damage. It could even be 1 or 2 damage at most with either of the weapons, as long as you're dealing some amount of damage with both of those 2 different weapons. And so there you guys have it. That is all 10 of your missions here for your dive missions. However, like I mentioned earlier, when you guys are completing your missions here, if you guys complete any of the 8 out of the 10 missions available that you guys have unlocked, you guys will be rewarded with a background loading screen, which is going to be this one, as you guys can see on screen here. And within this, you guys will also be unlocking another challenge, which is going to be your 11th mission here, which is going to be to search the hidden E found in the dive loading screen. And as you guys can see on screen here, as we go ahead and start to zoom in, we can see that on top of this light post or lamp post or whatever you guys want to call it, up here is going to be the letter E that is going to be waiting for you guys to go and actually grab. And obviously this is going to be the one that you guys can be able to find on the way to Hydro 16 or on that bridge or the dam that is near Misty Meadows. And so as you guys can see in the gameplay here, all we're going to really be doing here is going over to this dam, the area that's in between the Misty Meadows and Hydro 16, this kind of bridge area right here. All you have to do is get over to this light post or lamp post or whatever you guys want to call it and try to land on top if you guys are able to. If not, you guys of course can go ahead and get some mats and then build up to this location. And here you're going to be able to see the letter E floating for you, and all you have to do is search and interact with it, and there is going to be the end of this challenge. You guys have completed it by searching the hidden E found within the loading screen here for your dive mission. And so there you guys have it. That is all 10 and 11 of your missions here for your dive missions. Of course, hopefully I was able to help you guys out, and hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, remember to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications here to the channel by hitting that bell icon next to the subscribe button. Also follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with everything going on regarding my videos, my channel, my streams, and myself. Thank you guys again for watching. Catch you on the flip side. Arts out.